cheap cabins can cost you sleep, comfort, and convenience. We are covering 9 of the most common looks fine on the map traps that quietly ruin a cruise. For each one, you will hear why it is tempting, who it is still fine for, and the smarter swap. And to be clear, we are talking about cabin locations and nearby problem areas here, not cabin types. Hit like and subscribe if you want smoother cruise decisions. Stick around to the end because we will close with the quietest budget cabin strategy that usually works. First up, the cabin right under the pool deck. Number 1, cabins under the pool deck or buffet look like bargains because they are near the top of the ship and offer easy access to sun and snacks. But here's the real story. The temptation is the location, and the gotcha is all day, all night noise. Pool filtration pumps run 24 hours a day, sending a steady hum and vibration straight down through the ceiling. Early mornings bring deck cleaning and the scrape of chairs, sometimes starting before 6 a.m. Announcements for activities or safety drills can echo at any hour. Even after midnight, the background whir from pumps and fans never stops. For light sleepers or anyone who values rest, this constant sound can ruin a trip. If you are a deep sleeper or plan to spend little time in your cabin, you might not mind. But for most travelers, the smarter swap is to check the deck map and pick a cabin with passenger rooms above and below, never directly under the pool or buffet. That simple rule protects your sleep and your sanity. Next, the hidden costs of staying near elevators. Cabins near elevators promise quick access, just steps from the lobby, an easy route to every deck, and less walking for anyone who needs it. But the price is constant interruption. During embarkation and meal rushes, elevator doors chime every 30 seconds and the lobby fills with voices, rolling luggage, and kids darting for the lift. At midnight, the ding of late-night returns and the thump of suitcases echo through the walls. Morning brings another wave as early risers head for breakfast. The elevator motor hums in the background, but it is the steady stream of people that wears thin. For deep sleepers or those needing elevator proximity, this spot might work. For quieter nights, cabins at least 4 doors away from elevator lobbies, surrounded by other passenger rooms, offer a noticeable drop in noise and fewer hallway disturbances. Cabins beside stairwells or fire doors can look like smart picks. They are often midship, make quick exits easy, and sit at the lower end of the price range. On paper, the location seems practical and even safer in an emergency. The hidden problem is sudden, high-decibel door slams. Soulless fire doors use heavy-duty, self-closing hardware, so every opening triggers a spring-loaded snap. Sound pressure peaks can hit 70 to 75 decibels, enough to jolt you awake, especially during safety drills or when night drafts pull doors closed. Unlike the steady hum of elevators or pool pumps, these are sharp, unpredictable bursts that trigger a startle response and disrupt sleep cycles. If you are a deep sleeper or you only use your cabin for quick naps, you might not care. Some travelers even prefer being near a stairwell for faster emergency access. For quieter nights, choose a cabin at least 3 doors away from any stairwell or fire exit. Look for rooms surrounded on both sides by other passenger cabins, not by heavy doors or service corridors. On most deck plans, avoid cabins that show a thick black line or a door symbol at the end of the hall. These indicate fire doors or stairwells, prime sources of slamming noise at all hours. Number 4, across from crew and service areas. Temptation. Cabins across from crew or service doors look like easy deals, often midship, near stairwells, and sometimes listed at the lowest rates on the deck plan. The location feels central and practical with no obvious warning signs on the map. Gotcha! The hidden problem is the early morning trolley parade. Starting as early as 5:30 in the morning, housekeeping carts rumble through the crew corridor, sending a metallic clatter and vibration through the walls every 8 to 10 minutes. Service doors swing open and closed, letting in both noise and, during meal preparation, bursts of galley vent odors, including frying oil and steam from breakfast bacon. These disturbances can break up your sleep in ways that are not obvious until you are there. Fine for if you are a heavy sleeper or you are up before dawn, this spot might not bother you. Some travelers who value quick access to crew help or emergency exits may even prefer it. For quieter nights, pick a cabin with passenger rooms on both sides and no service door symbol or dotted line opposite your door. Always check the deck plan legend for crew corridor markings before booking. Example, on most major ships, any cabin facing a rectangle labeled service or crew is at risk for early noise and kitchen smells. Booking just a few doors away can make a big difference. Next, what happens when your cabin shares a wall or floor with the ship's main entertainment venues? Cabins located over or under the main theater promise convenience and lower prices, but the reality is a nightly surge of noise that is hard to ignore. Scheduled shows run from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. with sound pressure levels peaking at 85 decibels, which is about 50 decibels above the 35 decibel A-weighted comfort threshold recommended for sleep. That is louder than city traffic. And the combination of amplified music, applause, and even the thumping of stage crew boots travels through floors and ceilings. The noise drops off sharply after shows end, but during those hours, restful sleep is out of reach for most. These cabins suit people who stay out late or who can sleep through anything. But for quieter nights, it is best to pick a room at least 2 decks away. Always check the deck plan to confirm there are solid buffers of passenger cabins. Cabins perched above a nightclub or late-night lounge seem convenient, but the real story starts after midnight. Subwoofers pump out low-frequency bass 20 to 80 Hz that travels straight through the steel, creating a physical rumble in the cabin. Even with the door closed, the vibration can hit 45 decibels, well above the 35 decibels comfort threshold for sleep. The music does not stop until 1:30 in the morning. Once the last song fades, the real disruption begins. Crowds pour into the corridor, voices raised, doors slamming, and hallway noise spikes for another 20 minutes. ECSS vibration comfort limits are easily breached here, and even heavy sleepers notice the difference. For those who value rest, it is best to avoid cabins directly above these venues and check deck plans for club or lounge symbols before booking. Number 7. Far forward on lower decks. Temptation. Cabins far forward on lower decks look like a deal. They are often priced low, close to the theater and just steps from the bow. The location seems adventurous, perfect for quick exits at port or a unique view out front. Gotcha! These cabins are the first to feel the ship's pitch. In rough seas, the bow rises and falls with every wave, sending a rolling motion through the floor and walls. Bow slamming when the front of the ship hits a wave can be loud enough to wake light sleepers. Studies show 30 to 40% fewer reports of motion sickness and nausea in midship cabins compared to forward lower decks. The difference is most noticeable on longer crossings or during storms. If you are a heavy sleeper, a seasoned sailor, or only cruise calm routes, this spot might not bother you. Some travelers even enjoy feeling the motion and hearing the ocean right outside. For a smoother ride and better sleep, book a cabin midship and at least 2 decks above the waterline. This is where ship movement is least noticeable and sleep disruption drops sharply. Example, on most deck plans, avoid cabins that sit at the very front of decks 2 through 5. The midship zone between the forward and aft elevators offers the most stability. Next, the hidden risks of cabins far aft near mechanical spaces. Far-aft cabins near the ship's mechanical spaces promise privacy and sweeping wake views, but they come with a steady, low-frequency hum that seeps through floors and walls. This is not the jarring slam of bow waves or the thump of a nightclub. Here, the propeller shaft's engine order vibration creates a constant resonance, especially noticeable at night. Transfer function studies reveal vibration velocities can exceed the ECSS comfort threshold of 0.05 millimeters per second, a level that some find unsettling over time. Exhaust odors become an issue during power changes or when the wind shifts, with unpredictable spikes that linger in the air. The vibration, though, never really stops. Travelers who sleep deeply or crave the hypnotic rhythm of the sea may tolerate it, But for most, even a few doors forward can mean a significant improvement in comfort and air quality. Temptation. Obstructed view ocean view or balcony cabins often show up at the lowest prices in their category. On paper, you get natural daylight and a window or balcony for less. It seems like a win. The catch is what is outside your glass. Lifeboats, davits, or steel overhangs can block 50 to 80% of your view. The daylight that does reach your cabin can drop by up to 30% in measured lux, leaving the room dim and the horizon chopped off. Many travelers report disappointment or a bait-and-switch feeling when they arrive and realize their ocean view is mostly lifeboat hardware. Fine if you just want some daylight and do not care about the view, or if you plan to spend all day out of the cabin, this could still work. Before booking, check the deck plan for lifeboat or davit icons outside your cabin. Look for rooms with nothing but open space below the window or balcony. If you need to save money, an interior cabin with better lighting can feel less disappointing than a blocked view at a similar price. Example: on most deck plans, any cabin marked with a lifeboat symbol or labeled as obstructed is a risk for blocked daylight and scenery. Always verify what is outside before clicking book. Across all 9 traps, the real pattern is simple. Cabin comfort depends far more on what's above, below, and beside you than on the price tag or category. Smart booking means prioritizing sleep and quiet zones first. Cruise bargains should help you relax, not cost you rest. Safe travels. If this guide helped, consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching. If you want cruise tips like this every week, grab our free newsletter, The Port Day Passport. The link is in the description. And the next video is on screen now. Click that and let's keep going.